Dirt houses. Bleh. Moderns. That's pretty good. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some easy and simple houses using 3 different styles: medieval, modern, and an underground hide. Let's get into the first one, which is modern. Modern houses are quite simple as long as they have a geometric shape, having a prism, a rectangular prism that goes all along the back edge, specifically a white one. You want your base to be white because it helps attract your eyes to it and to your house. Second off, I just do concrete on every exterior additional box. You can easily use spruce for this though, and interchange the gray concrete and light gray concrete with spruce. Next step, make an outline before you do anything. With all 3 of these builds, I used an wool outline. So let's head over here and look at an example one. Here's an example. Here you can see that I have my roof already chosen, the height of my build, the width, and also any additional rooms I'm going to add on to the main base. Because when I look at a house, I see the geometric shape of the main base and then any extensions coming outwards of it. Even if it doesn't have to be modern that has extensions coming out of it. It's in every build as long as it's not just a rectangle. Over here I chose to have a tower, so I made a little spire idea for that. Let's head inside and I'm going to show you a little more detail about how I figure out rooms also. I plan the rooms, Oh, here, this is going to be the kitchen. Moving on, I have the dining room. This could be like an entryway. Over here I can have maybe a bedroom. And then of course a tower just for some decoration on the outside. All of these I use a wool outline for because it helps me mitigate on what I want my house to look like. Okay, let's check the inside of the modern house. There's no door. So the inside I did have to use command blocks, as you can see down here. Of course, in survival mode, you would not be able to do that. So just be careful. Make sure you have a door here and there. Let's give a little plan on the inside. I most likely will keep the walls this color. I would have an entryway. Heading inside, I'd probably have a kitchen and a nook in here. Heading upstairs with a spiral staircase, I would probably have a bedroom, probably in this area, and then have a little balcony to head out. Let's head over to the medieval. This house specifically is probably my favorite out of all 3 because it looks so good. So gosh darn good. It looks awesome. So this is my medieval style home. I find this a very good recreation and kind of the same style that you could find in B000100's channel. He is a fantastic builder on the Hermitcraft series, and this is exactly kind of the style he uses in his Season 7 base. Now let's check on the outside. Some tips for this: make walls different, especially indentations. You see this a lot with Victorian style homes. Indentations or things such as that really help make the build seem a little more alive. Towers or spires also help a lot with this. As you can see, we have this gorgeous tower right on over to the left. And you can also see that I added a gradient. What a gradient does is it pulls your eyes up when you go from dark to light. So if I look from this angle looks wrong because the gradient pulls my eyes up. So you can always use a gradient kind of whenever you want. I went from stone to diorite to wool. Now heading around to the back side, I'd also like to give a detail. When you have a flat wall, try to do something with it. This wall was flat, but when I added this indentation of 1 and down 1, this little thing right here, I was able to make it look more interesting. Also, I was able to change the roof because now I have a different roof style where now the roof's a little more interesting. So overall, it helps just to change up a wall a little bit, add windows for sure for decorations. For shutters, I used spruce trapdoors. Especially mix stones together. I have stone right here. I have stone brick, and I also have mossy stone bricks. And I mixed all that together, and it looks great. Also, come up with a color palette. Modern styles, you don't necessarily need too much of a color palette because, well, let's say the colors are always pretty much the same. But for a medieval house, I could have easily chosen spruce right here and maybe white in this area. And for the roof, maybe I could have done gray. And all that stuff could be changed just by a color palette. So make sure to plan out your palette saying, oh, you know what? I want to place, this will be my stone section and this will be my wood section. Depending on the inside, we can have wallpaper. Wallpaper is a double thick wall, so this is the outside wall. I double thicked it, and I alternated between magenta and purple terracotta. And at the bottom, I used strip spruce wood. This allows to give this feel and kind of give it some different atmosphere than just a solid like this room. This room is what it would look like in there. And it completely looks like a different atmosphere walking in here. It looks regal and royal. Most likely for the plan here, I've decided to make a kitchen in this area and have a dining room. This is kind of small area because the spire is taking up most of the spot. If we head up to the spire, I did not double thick the walls because you would not be able to go up the spire if it was double thicked. But I have a little area now that you can peek out. So it's a fun area to have. Heading down, let's head upstairs because I have a very important lesson for you to learn. But first, let's go over the layout. We have probably a living room right here, and then moving into in this blue room, a bedroom. So you're probably thinking to yourself, why am I using stripped jungle wood? Well, this is my biggest lesson here. Don't look at the block necessarily, look at the texture and color of it. Don't say, oh, I don't like diorite because it looks ugly. No, look at the block, the color. Oh, it's white and gray and black. And look at the texture. Oh, it kind of looks like a stone texture. So how can I use that? And that's exactly what I did with this jungle wood. As you can see in this green terracotta, some of that color peeking through the jungle wood. And right here, you can see this lime terracotta peeking, that color peeking inside the jungle wood as well. So it all matches and it makes it look very interesting. Now let's outside and just run down what you need to do. Make a wool layout. That's all I ask you to do because that's probably one of the most important things. I would not be able to make this build if I didn't have a spire planned out with wool, or this area would not be planned out without wool. All of this is planned out with wool, and I was able to see and say, you know what? I need to change that very easily before I'm starting to put in a lot of work into building. So finally, let's move on to number 3. As you already know, this is an underground hide, and here it is. This underground hide has a nice mountain area that I created, of course, because this is a flat world. And heading around here, you can see I did use bone meal to make some flowers, and I think it looks great. The main attraction, though, is the inside. So let's head inside. In the inside, we have different colors of wallpaper, and I did add beams specifically on this one as I made the roof a lot taller because I do have a little more freedom because there is no roof. Looking around, I did stick with stripped spruce wood as it helps keep the room, even though they have different colors, matching and coming together. Now, let's go over the layout real quick. We have a kitchen right here. I'm guessing a dining room, living room, probably a bedroom, and then a bathroom. This is pretty easy. You know, I would just make sure you decorate it. Beams are a great option. It adds depth to the build, and depth is what you want. Without depth, your build looks plain and simple. So let's head outside and talk about kelp. Kelp is what I use for the flooring of the bathroom. And again, like I just talked about in the medieval house, do not worry about the color, do not worry about what the block is, but worry about the texture and color of it. You can see here that this white part looks like mortar, and then we have a green tile. And it looks good. Like, you would not think that a kelp block could be used for flooring, but here it is being used. So I think what you can easily do is incorporate blocks that are hard to use, as it helps show that you're a good builder. Using hard blocks is a challenge, yes, but also it makes your build look so much more cooler, and it has a lot more effort put in. So anyway, final tip for this video is make your modern hide before you build the mountain if you're in creative mode. Second, though, if you're in survival, do not build you don't need to make your own mountain. You can just use a vanilla mountain and just dig it out. But what I would recommend is, you got it, a wool outline before doing it, because it allows it to know, okay, I want my kitchen this big and my dining room this big. I don't want you to say, oh no, my room is too small, but my dining room is huge, and what am I gonna do now? So all those things can be stopped by doing a wool outline. That's all I have for you today. All I want you guys to know is that on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, I want you to be able to say, wow, I made that, and wow, I'm proud of what I made. Because that's super important. You know, you want to be able to build something that you enjoy. That's all I have for you guys. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and see ya. Peace out.